All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all honor and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who we learn from. Shalom to the hopeful elect, pushing his word and truth and sincerity. To you ribs, sisters out there, learn the silence and stay in the order. Shalom.
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 All right, cool. So now we're going to go over this article that we found this week of Elon Musk, trying to further, the Neurolink, um, what they're doing with it, right? So now they're getting FDA approved, and we got the article to share with y'all. If you guys want to start,
Yeah,
go on.
with the article.
Yep. So this is from USA Today, and it reads: Elon Musk's Neuralink has FDA approval to put CHIPs in humans' brains. Here's what's next.
Now,
And it reads,
now, Salaki, now we see that they're doing this publicly, right? They're saying that we're ready to do this. It's approved, but we know for a fact that they've been doing this for a long time. How many failed experiments had they gone through to where they feel comfortable to say publicly that we're ready to push forward with this thing?
Right. Hey, if I may, just real quick. As far as like early, I think it was like early or mid '90s, they came out with a lamb that they were
Cloning.
regenerating, for lack of another term. There was like repopulating that particular lamb, as far as like cloning goes. And even though they came out with that in the early '90s, Esau will only come out with it whenever he announces it, but it doesn't mean that whatever he's saying, whatever date he's saying that the cloning took place, it doesn't mean that that's completely accurate. When push comes to shove, when you do your investigating or your little research, right, it'll show that these devils, these demons, these Edomites have been doing this for decades. So a lot of technology has in other words, technologies from the 40s and 50s surpass the technologies from the 90s and the 2000s and the 2010s, 2020s. And when you keep that in mind, then you'll realize that a lot of things that they are saying that they have the I want to say knowledge or wisdom in, they really have decades of knowledge about it.
I got
they
a
don't
precept
come
back
out,
up what you're saying.
They're not 100% honest, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Salaki.
I got a
Right.
precept.
So just say, yeah, go ahead.
Salaki, bro. I got a precept, right? Psalm 64:6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So ultimately, Esau Edom, he does a diligent search. He goes above and beyond so that he can perfect his technology through trials and errors, through using animals and people as lab rats, all through gradualism, all through predictive programming, through his movies. This is how Esau works, man. He does a diligent search. And also backing up what the brother said, quick, is a scripture that speaks about how in the last days knowledge shall increase.
Right. I was thinking about the same thing.
Time, brother.
Oh, I got one real quick for you guys. On the book of Ezekiel, chapter hold on. I'm getting extra ones. 28 and 3, specifically chapter of verse 3. It says, "Behold, you are wiser than Daniel." And this is in, if I'm not mistaken, this is in the MSG. It's not KJV. I wasn't able to find KJV, but it says in the MSG, it says, "Behold, you are wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that is a match for you." In other words, they search out a diligent and meticulous search to find out and to as the world says, pros and cons, and what's it called? They set up think tanks, a group of intelligent people with a certain GPA or whatever to think up certain things, of things that they want to accomplish or do or put in place. And and they'll put in place certain people that will let them know, well, maybe this will happen, and maybe that will happen, and this will probably be something that will be thought about or think upon, and so on and so forth, and whatever. Like they think up a diligent search. They go beyond. They go up and beyond the search of a particular thing to see if they will succeed or not in a particular subject or theme. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Or object or device.
Or object
which
or
in this
device.
case
Yeah.
which this case is for their to have the world in full submission, under their control in any shape and form.
Right, which goes into the book of Job, their enterprise.
Right. Ultimately, the sea hip as well.
Con.
So this is what the article is about,
Right.
Right. So we know that this shadow government, as we, or as I call them, have been intrigued and trying to tap into the mind since World War II, when the propaganda, you got the MK to the Ultra,
right.
And now we're getting a physical CHIP transmitted into your brain in conjunction with a bunch of the jabs that were small particles in. They work in congruent with these systems.
Right,
so
nanotechnology.
So you're slowly building your computer up. Right.
That's right.
That's what
Absolutely
they're making
right,
you
brother.
do.
They're slowly moving into a world of transhumanism where they're trying to combine your human self with technology. You see,
right.
Which ultimately is for the elites to have control over you as a cattle,
Right. And they've been using movies to romanticize
right
robot and human interactions, and we got, what's that movie called?
I Am
robot.
Robot.
I Am Robot's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
There was that boy that was a robot that wanted to be a real boy. They show him compassion to robots.
Right.
Like they're just trying to basically say that this is a symbiotic union between man and robots.
Right.
So
and this is they're basically trying to say that this is the way. This is a way for humanity to ultimately strive and become more successful, for lack of better words, right? To grow, to evolve to something better,
Right. It's no coincidence why all these superhero movies has been coming out. We got Transformers, all these things to show that men and other beings could come together and become one.
Right. To coexist.
Right.
You want me to continue in the article, brother?
God.
So continuing on, it says it will likely be years before many patients get the Neurolink treatment, but that isn't stopping investors. Quote, the valuation has risen significantly the last few years in the private markets, and as use cases and execution is proven out by Neuralink, investors will take more notice, end quote, said Daniel Ives, and analysis with Wedbush Securities. Quote, Musk has had the historic golden touch with Tesla and SpaceX, so Neuralink is on the radar of the tech world over the coming years, end quote. Quote, Neuralink is just the early stages of massive innovation and laying the groundwork for another revolutionary technology coming out of the Musk ecosystem, end quote, he said.
Right. So because Elon Musk is this big successful guy that everybody looks forward to because he owns Twitter now. He's influential. He has a lot of knowledge. He has a lot of money. All these things. So he's somebody to bring this out and make it seem like, yeah, it's gonna work. Because look at Teslas all over the place. It has to work.
That's right. That's absolutely right, brother.
Right.
If you notice, Elon Musk is a big puppet in the elite's agenda, because he is a puppet that has been used to truly push technology to a higher level than anybody has done in the past. Right? Everybody owns a Tesla now. You see, everybody's going electrical, if you will, digital, if you will. You see, no more gas. Everything is on a computer. Everything's on a on a C hip, you know?
Right.
Right.
And not only that, right? They get to double dip, right? Let's say somebody got hurt with the jab and some kind of neural issues happen. Now they get to double dip and put a chip on you to fix you.
Right.
Right. It's all tying into the Internet of Things, man. Everything being connected.
I got a
Right.
preset,
The
brothers.
metaverse. The
Right.
metaverse.
That's right. I got a precept, 2 Corinthians 2:11. I feel like it's perfect time to bring this out. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right. So if you're gonna allow Satan to take advantage of you, that means you're fully asleep, right? So we're here to warn you, so he doesn't take advantage of you unless you let him.
Right.
Right.
Right. And we're here to tell you that the plan is that all this technology is ultimately leading to the MOT to the B, which right here, this Neurolink brain C hip is exactly what the MOT to the B is. Okay.
Right. And not only that, the procedure that it takes to put it in is a big machine the size of a car, almost like a funnel shape. And they kind of basically jab in this little needle in you, that the needle and the strand of, I believe, the connecting computer wire is just no bigger than the size of a red blood T cell.
Right. The fibers, the wire fibers. Gone. So continuing on, right? It says, what does the Neuralink brain C-hip actually do? And it reads, Neuralink's goal with its human trials is to eventually enable a person with paralysis to use a computer or phone with their brain activity alone.
Right. So now they're trying to make it. They're trying to dress it up and be like, look at how amazing it is. We can make people walk again. You could control things with this thing. Right. Continue.
Gone. It says the Neuralink 1 implant actually includes multiple C-hips, a wireless battery, and other electronics hermetically sealed within a device about the size of a large coin. Several dozen ultra-thin threads protrude from the implant. Those go directly into the brain. Signals from the implant are sent via Bluetooth to and decoded by a brain-computer interface, or BCI, which would allow a person to, for instance, control an on-screen cursor or move a robotic limb. And they show that that's the image right there.
Right. And if I may, real quick, we're not ignorant of Satan devices. These devils is slick. All right. They're showing this circular C-hip, this device right here. Ultimately, they're speaking about how they can help you if you're paralyzed to do certain things with your mind. Listen, man, don't be deceived by Esau Edom, because this you're able to move things with your mind and do certain things with your mind while you have the C-hip is all it's all propaganda. Understand that ultimately is gonna be more than just, you know, what they're making it seem, that if you're paralyzed, you're able to do things, do certain things with your mind. It's gonna be you're gonna have all your medical records there. You're gonna have all your finance records. You're gonna have all your history there. You're gonna be able to do anything keyless, right? Open any doors, any lock. All this is gonna be in there, and all this is they're gonna make it sound and paint a beautiful picture and be like, wow, this isn't that bad. But understand that ultimately this is for them to have control over you, because once you get this at any time, they'll be able to turn it off and turn it on at their will. Okay.
Right.
And this right here, they're showing you a circular C-hip. Don't be ignorant of his devices, man. It's leading to the right device. It's leading to the right device. All right. You know what the C-hip is. Look it up. The RF, I to the D to the C to the hip. Look it up. It's a Rice device. Okay.
Right.
I just want to make that point, brother, because some people can look like, oh, that's not the Rice device. You can't be ignorant, man.
Right. It's part of it. It's a whole system. You get a whole package. Right. If you could get me Isaiah 32:7.
Con.
So this is all part of the package, man. It says either the left hand or their foreheads, right? This is part of it.
That's right.
Right.
You said Isaiah 32:7, my brother?
Con.
I got you. This is Isaiah 32, verse 7. The instruments also of the cherub are evil.
Now the churl, that means a scoundrel, right? Ishbag,
Mm-hmm.
which we know as Edom Esau, right? Go ahead.
Con. It says his devices, wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. Even
Right,
when the
by saying that he could help you, he could feed you, he could fix you, right? All to what? To own your soul in a sense, right? Because he's setting you up for failure. He knows that he has a short time, so he's making sure that we all go off as Israel, right? He could take as many of us down as possible. That's his goal, right? With these lying words, he destroyed the poor. Go ahead, read, if you may, please.
Brother, still there?
Shemaim.
Con, brother, Salaki brothers.
Oh,
32, Isaiah 32, and I'm gonna continue in verse 7. Right? I'm gonna read again. The instruments also of the cherub are evil, his devices, wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
Right. So even when you're asking for help in a righteous way, these people are always thinking about a way to destroy you and how to keep you down and just to have you going off, man, pertaining to Psalms 83, man. They continuously get together so that we don't, follow the path of the Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi.
I got a quick precept, brother, just to back you up. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55. Where am I at? And 21. And I'll read it in the NLT. Let me see, hold on. Yeah, I read it in the NLT. Yeah, just to switch it up a little bit so brothers and sisters can understand. So this is Psalms 55 and 21 in the NLT, the New Living Translation, and it reads, "His words, the wicked's words, are as smooth as butter, but in his heart is war. His words are as soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers, man." And that's exactly what these devils are coming with, man. They come with peace, but in how the scripture go, they hideth the wickedness under their tongue, roughly paraphrasing. I forget where that scripture's at.
Right.
But these devils are always, trying to lull the people to sleep, man.
Right.
But war is already in the heart, man. It's like
they always been the type of deceiving trickster try to overcome you, right? Remember, was it the Greeks that brought that Trojan horse and brought it into the city as a gift and then destroyed the city?
Right.
They gave it to him as
There
a
were
gift, like, hey,
soldiers
look at this
inside of it.
beautiful horse.
Right. There were soldiers inside of it.
Right.
Exactly. They show different things like that in these movies too, man. How they'll well, like we always talk about, even in history, we always talk about what they did to the Northern Kingdom, man. With the smallpox, they presented the gift of blankets, but they were riddled with smallpox, man. You know what I'm saying? That was their words being smoother than butter, man. They're saying, "Oh, we have something here for you that's good for you," but meanwhile, war was in their heart, in their mind, man.
Right.
They were coming up against our people the whole time, as the scriptures say, "Never trust thy enemy," man. Like you gotta go.
Look at what happened with the Stygian project.
Right.
Right. They came in the name of health. They came in peace, but really they came to destroy.
Right, bro.
Right. And ultimately, all this ties up to the mannerisms in which this man who's implementing these laws has nothing good in his intentions towards you. And that's why we're bringing that out.
Right.
This man wants to control the minds, the wallets, every lifestyle. If you could read Isaiah 14:14.
Yeah, Con, I got it right here, bro. You want me to start at 13?
Sure.
Con, this is Isaiah 14 and 13. "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will also, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Right. That's his goal. His goal is to basically pump his chest and say, we don't need God. God is no longer valid here, right? Because what did the guy from Israel said? He said, we don't fear God because if we need rain, we'll just make it.
Right. Right.
This is the type of mentality that Satan has, man. Prince of the air, and these are the children of them.
Right, brother.
Did you finish that article on the Neurolink?
I have a little bit more if you want to read some more.
Malak, you got anything?
Yo, I want to make a quick comment, brothers.
Go ahead.
Salakia, no, not at the moment. Everything you're hitting is on point, brother. Salakia.
Come.
So I want to make a quick point. You can actually look this up on YouTube or whatever, where it was an interview or some type of podcast where they asked Elon Musk about the Neuralink, like what's the point of this Neuralink or the C-hip? And he made a joke. His answer was a joke, and then he was like, "Nah, like is this and that." But his first answer was so that we can rule the people.
Wow.
So like, so they were like, "What's the point of your of this C-hip or your Neuralink?" And his answer was so that we can rule the people and have control over the people.
And
then the guy looked at him.
That's the type of soundbite that you definitely got to record so we could
right
all individually post.
Right. What did the brother Lahab always says it, right? He says comedy. Right. The word comedy goes for comida, which in Spanish is food, comida. And what's that English saying? Food for thought. You see what I'm saying? In comedy, there's half truth to it. You know, certain jokes, certain comedy is comedy because it's half truth to it. And that's where the people relate more to it because you understand the truth of it, and then you're making it a joke. You see what I'm saying? But in this case, this is a wicked joke coming from a wicked man that is a puppet to the wicked elites. You see what I'm saying? So hey man, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man.
Right. Like we brought up in camp, they were like, oh, they sometimes say something out loud so they can cover their tracks. Right. We brought out how the news anchor was telling the people that, hey, these clouds over here, they're not really clouds, it's a military exercise. And they kept it pushing because there's people with technology out there that don't work for them. They could call them out on them, but hey, what is this? So he kind of threw it out there just to brush it under the table, right? They tell you the truth just so they could continue doing their wickedness.
Right. Exactly, bro.
Right. Anybody have any comments or anything? Or we're gonna read the rest of the paragraph?
No, that's on point. I mean, to me, it is.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just read this quick one, and I think that's pretty much the point. This last paragraph right here, it says the first thing that we're going after is a wireless implanted C-hip that would enable someone who is a tetraplegic or quadriplegic to control a computer or mouse or their phone or really any device just by thinking. This obviously would be a massive enabler, make life way easier for them. Once said in an online chat in 2021, I'd say it's like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires that go to your brain. You know what this makes me think about? Real quick, brother. Daniel 8:25, right? When it says, "And by peace they shall destroy many."
Yep.
Because the way this nigga is talking, as if this is the best thing since sliced bread, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is what you need. This is what the world needs to move forward. But meanwhile, as he said out of his horse's mouth, right? It's actually to control the people, but they're putting it forth as something to help everybody. And that's why it's so important, for brothers and sisters to take heed to the words, of the prophets that are sent down from the spirit and power of Yahawashi, the warning that is being put out, because these devils are fucking moving, man.
That's
You
right.
know, what's that? Revelation 12:12. The devil will come down with great wrath because he knows that he have but a short time, man.
That's right.
Con.
You know, you got it, bro. Slaki.
No, you good. Yeah, man. I mean, like we said, man, this guy's trying to play God, and who better not to do this, right? Because Amalek could have done this without what's his name? You know what I'm
Elon.
saying?
Right.
They could have done it without, but he's the face of it. Why? Because he's into technology. He knows what he's doing. He has the face. He's popular. He owns Twitter. You see what I'm saying? They could do it without him, but he's a perfect person as a face and puppet for this thing.
Right. They're using an Edomite celebrity, if you will.
Right.
Hey, man, in this last paragraph the brother just read is a perfect example of the scripture that he said that his words are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawing swords. Or, roughly paraphrasing. I probably said,
No, you said it the right way in the KJV, right?
And that's exactly what it is, man. This guy, look at the last sentence. It says, make life way easier for them. Like, come on, man. It's for you simpletons out there. If you believe not what we're saying, that's on you.
Right.
If you think it's gonna make your life easier, that's on you. But once you take the C-hip, there's no turning back.
Right.
You believe it or not, that's on you. But once the Lord comes, you're gonna get your judgment according to your work.
Right.
You took it or you didn't. All right.
Hey, Salaki, what boggles me the most, right? Is that publicly this man was putting chips in a pig and controlling his movement.
Right.
And this is the same thing that you're gonna put in your head. That means that if they wanted to, right? But they're good people. They're not gonna do this to you. But if they could, right? They could literally make you do things that you don't want to.
Right. And they show that in different movies. I forget that was like a thing on Netflix, I think it was, when they showed this chick that had that shit in it. It was like fucking controlling her ass and shit, man. It was giving her like nightmares and shit like that, But this is the elite's wet dream, man. As the brother has brought out, they want to be as the Most High, man. So if the Most High, as we would, me and the brother Malak was speaking about the other day, the Most High is in complete control, as it says in the book of Job, right? He sealeth their instructions. This is what Esau is trying to do. He's trying to literally be in people's brains and seal their instructions and be able to watch them and listen to their thoughts and all of that, man. They're trying to be as the Most High, man. But they are but a man, as the scriptures say, man. And not only are they just a man, they're the basis of men.
That's right.
The lowest of the low, man.
That's right. The only reason they're in this high state, if you will, is because the Lord is raising them up.
Right.
Like the Lord is using you, Esau, Edom. Remember, your pride has deceived you. The Lord is using you just to take you out and the Lord basically, he gave you that UFC championship belt. He gave you that boxer championship belt. The Lord gave it to you. Literally. He gave it to you so he could strip it from you. And then he's gonna be the Yahawashi is gonna be that world heavyweight champion. Nah, fuck that. The universe, everything world, everything champion,
Right.
Under Yahawah, of course.
Hey, he's gonna put him in a pedestal, make himself look like a fool, and then he's gonna rip it off and make him naked again. Expose his ass.
That's right, bro.
And ultimately, that's what we're doing, man. We are basically revealing the man of sin, the man of perdition, and his tricks.
I got a quick one, bro, just to set the since we were going into it, I know we talked about it. That Revelation 13, man. It's 16. I'll read down to 18.
The water, bro. That's the spirit.
Yeah,
we have to get this.
Yeah, we gotta get it. We gotta come,
brother. Right.
This is Revelation 13 and 16, and it reads, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." And we're talking about the Neurolink, man. And that's all Elon Musk was talking about, putting the shit in your fucking brain, in your forehead.
Right. He does it through seduction, through need of bread, right? If he can't get it through seduction, he's gonna force it on you by need of bread, by food, by starving your ass.
That's right, bro.
You either do it through a trend, you do it by force, or you do it through hunger. You're gonna do it.
Right.
If you're part of that 2/3, man.
Right, if you're part of that 2/3, because it's gonna
you're not gonna give it a the elect is not gonna get it.
Right.
Right.
Continue, brother.
Yep. And it reads 17th verse, and it says, and that no man might buy or sell, like the brother you were just saying, brother, that no man might buy or sell, save, he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast.
And if I may, real quick, brother, this word mark right here, right, in the Greek, it goes into charagma. All right, and just real quick, right, the word charagma, so you guys can know what it means. All right, it's Strong's G 5480, if I'm not mistaken, Khan. And it goes into the definition, right? A mark, a graven, a stamp, an imprinted mark, a mark stamped on the forehead or right hand as a badge of the followers of the anti-Hamashiach. Who are the anti-Hamashiach? Who are the ones that are going against the Lord? Who are the ones that hate the Lord? Amalek, the head tribe of Esau, Edom, the so-called the so-called Jews, the ones living in Israel right now, the synagogue of Satan. You see things carved, sculpture, graven work, something graven, so something is inside of you, and idolatrous images. See,
right?
This is just so you can understand, and it gets deeper than that. We can prove it that is a physical thing, because this is what the is.
I was gonna say, can you hit that Karox real quick?
Oh, Khan.
Right.
Hit the root word real quick, just to really drive home the point, and then we'll.
My brothers always going deep, baby. Going deep.
Got you.
I like that. Right here, right in the where it says the
right
root.
there, brother. Yep. Karox. Right.
Karox. Khan. So the Karox, which is a root, is a G5482, and it goes into a pale or stake, a palisade, or rampart, pale between which earth, stone, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. Strong's definition: a sharpened to a point, akin through the idea of scratching. So when you scratch yourself, you have a cut, a stake, right? A palisade or rampart, military mound for circumvallations in a siege,
Right. So I mean, and you think about, we always talk about it. A serpent, the fangs of a serpent, literally looks like the incision, the tool that is going to be used to insert that rice device. Man, the Lord is on point, man.
Right.
The Lord has made it so clear to his men, his prophets that he have set up, that he revealed his secrets onto, of what this is, man. And that's why we come out here, diligently to give warning onto our people. Because if you take that shit, I don't, if it's on the brother Quanian's spirit, Revelation 14th chapter is gonna happen to your ass, man.
Right.
The 13th chapter tells you about it. The 14th chapter tells you the consequences if you take that shit, man.
So we got 2 more minutes, brothers. So Salakia for you sincere listeners, but I would like to get Revelation 13 and 18.
I read it real quick, bro.
Right, and read 14 after that real quick. That last verse. We're just gonna let the precepts speak for themselves.
So this Revelation 13 and 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6.
And real quick, I gotta get it quick, right? 666. That word 6, right? When you go to 666, right? And you get the word, what's the word for 6? Where is it?
Stigma.
Right, stigma.
Right.
Where did I get it here? Right here, stigma. I'm pretty sure it's G4742. I'm not mistaken. Oh man, here we go. Look at Satan fucking with the shit, bro. He's not making it come quick enough when we got a minute.
About to just bang out that Revelation 14 real quick.
Yeah, let's just bang that out and salute out.
Oh man.
How much time we got?
Right there, look, stigma, right, is Strong's G4742, a mark pricked in or branded upon the body, right, to ancient Oriental usage. Slave and soldier bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their body to indicate what master or general they belong to. So you're gonna get a cut, something pricked into your body, a physical, a C-hip, a physical object that is gonna show who you are bound to and who you are. Like it says, into their body to indicate what master or general they belong to, who you belong to, who have you fully submitted to, which ultimately is Esau Edom, the so-called white man.
That's right.
Right now, let's see.